Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking on, what are we going to be taking on? The event quest. We're going to do the Uncollected mass destruction, and then we're going to do Cavalier mass destruction. So this has never happened before on this channel. We're going to do the Uncollected version, and then we're going to go right into Cavalier version to complete the video on mass destruction. Chapter 1, New Days, on the Mixed Emotion event quest for this month. So the champions we're going to be taking in, we're going to be taking a look at it. It's going to be Mutant Boss. And we haven't looked at the event yet. So we're just trying to put in what are the best champions to use for this gameplay. And I'm thinking here that we're just going to use, let's see, Nick Fury synergy with Captain Marvel. If we have Captain Marvel, we don't need Silver Surfer. And we're going to play around and see who is going to be best suited for this event. And we're going to be looking at maybe not a tech champion again. Although we need a tech champion if it's still the final boss is going to be mutant. But I guess we could play around that and get, let's see. That looks good. Or let's just do, in case there's a poison immunity, we might need to switch off Guillotine 2099 with Punisher 2099. Because she has that poison and bleed immunity. Again, we have no idea what the nodes are. We don't know what the final boss is going to actually be. This is the first look at this event. We like to go in blind, record the video, and then we tweak it for the second video on the second parts or future videos. But let's see, seems to be the easy spot here. Straight up the middle. Seems to be simple. And then we have Deadpool as the boss. And he has blood in the water while the attacker is suffering from a debuff. The defender gains, supercharge every 15, power gain buff every 15. And then he has biohazard. Now that could be a problem. When struck, 20% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 100% attack. And while blocking, inflicts poison. So you need a poison and bleed immune champion. And then nano plague whenever the robotic attacker. And let's just get on with it. And we'll see, we already have a bleed and poison immune champion on the team here, which is Guillotine 2099. So we have a poison immune champion, which is Captain Marvel. We have Dr. Doom to take on Silver Surfer. I'm not reading the node. Let's just see what happens. It's just fun gameplay. And then if we get wrecked, we're going to read the node and see what actually is happening. You want to probably read the node before we actually do the gameplay though. So far, Dr. Doom, and this is again Uncollected. So it's going to be easier than Cavalier. And we're going to see what the difference is between Uncollected. And you guys going to get a chance to see the difference in gameplay Uncollected to Cavalier. So if you're Uncollected right now, you'll see how much different the Cavalier event is and how much more difficult it is. But that was pretty simple. But maybe we should read the notes and see exactly what these champions are getting involved with. So we're going up to Dr. Doom as the second champion, sorry. And again, we clicked on it without reading the notes. And I guess I'm doing that because it is only Uncollected gameplay. It's not that difficult, but it is difficult if you don't have some champions ranked up. And the easiest way to get these events done is to rank up your champions as much as possible. Makes the fights really easy. And Captain America totally wrecked that Dr. Doom, and he is gone. And that's a 5-star rank 5 Captain America. But he still needs some 6 stones to get him to 200 SIGs. And we are going into King Groot. Now with King Groot, he does have poison. I'm not reading the notes again, but he does have poison. So I'm going to bring a poison immune champion to the gameplay, which is going to be Captain Marvel. And what I like to do as well is to build her charges. So in the event we finish off King Groot, she's going to have charges built up for the second fight if she needs it. And it is going to be a lot easier to wreck the opponent if we have her at highly charged, ready for the second fight. So she likes to hold block, and she likes to take some that energy. She builds that energy. SP1 gets her 2 to 3 more charges. You want her to 24 charges so that she goes indestructible. And some nice heavies here took him out. And that's that fight so far. Pretty simple with Uncollected play. Let's see who the next champion is. So we're going to jump onto this node here, and we're going to go to the portal and move over to... Okay, so it looks like we're just going over to Science and a Mystic Champion gameplay here, which is Human Torch, and Nick Fury should make quick work of him. Again, we haven't seen the nodes to see what it is. We're going to take a look at it at the end. And again, it's nothing special. It's nothing to do with anything. So this is really the easy part. I'm thinking that Cavalier is not going to be that simple. It's going to have some freaky stuff with the Cavalier stuff to get through it. They don't make it easy for you. And here you go. Human Torch is out. So we should have about 2 or 3 more fights to get to the boss, and this will be done. Trust me, the Cavalier fights are going to be a lot more difficult. It's going to take a little bit more time. And Captain America should be able to take out Doctor Strange. So that was a terrible start. I wanted to parry there into him, and I missed that completely. And there you go. We have a Petrify and an Armor Break applied. And he is done. So far, Uncollected, Captain America is the MVP I'm seeing so far, doing a ton of damage. Nick Fury is doing a lot of damage. I haven't used 2099 yet. I don't see anything poison, immune, or anything like that. I'm thinking the poison is going to be for the final fight, so we're going to save her for that final fight. And this is pretty cool, guys. 2 guys, that's 4, and this is 5, and then the final fight is 6. It's not that difficult. It's 6. You have 5 champions on your roster, so 6 fights. And again, a next Mystic Champion. So that is why Captain America is going to be fantastic for this gameplay, because he has that class advantage. He has synergy with most of the teammates that we brought in. So he should be able to easily destroy this content. Now this is going to be interesting. We have Deadpool. He's a 14,000 health pool with Deadpool. And let's bring in 2099 to see what she does. He has that Biohazard is what we're looking at, dealing 100% attack. So she should be fine with Biohazard because she's bleed and poison immune. She should be an absolute MVP to this fight. And then there's whenever a robotic attacker would be gain a poison, they instead gain a shock, which deals 85% of the defender's attack. So we have a problem. So she may not be the right champion to bring into this gameplay because she is a robot. So instead of poison, it's going to deal shock on her. And she's not shock immune. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you after this gameplay and after we did Cavalier, which champion I recommend for this gameplay. I'm going to recommend 3 champions for this gameplay that is absolutely going to wreck the content, whether it's Uncollected or Cavalier, and you should have an easy time as hopefully you have these champions on your roster. But the most important champion, I'm going to give you their names at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. And here we go, Deadpool. Not a problem. We're going to make easy work of him anyway because we're not worried about Nick Fury. He's going to go into that real Nick Fury. Get rid of the decoy. So, Uncollected, I would say pretty easy. Anybody that is Cavalier, anybody that is Uncollected should easily beat this game. So, no problem so far. Here's where the fight begins, guys. We're 10 minutes into the video. And this is where the game really gets interesting. That's Mass Destruction. Chapter 1. Complete. Uncollected. And now we are going to just click on to Mass Destruction Cavalier level. And let's see what the difference is. I think we're going to keep the team the way it is right now. And let's just go right in. And as soon as I did that, I'm thinking 2099, I should have took her out of the fight. She is bleeding and pure poison immune, but she cannot handle shock. And that is going to be a problem for her. Hopefully we could finish off the fights with no problem anyway. We're going to take again the easiest path, which is to take out, go straight up the center. And we're going to go straight into the Silver Surfer. Again, we didn't read the node. We know Silver Surfer, the Doom took him out with no problem at the Uncollected level. Let's see how he does with him on the Cavalier level. So you guys that are Uncollected right now are going to get to see some Cavalier play and see what the big difference is. Well, first difference is the health pool of the champions. These champions are like double the health pool of the Uncollected champions. We want to fire that SP2. Not really. We want to go to that SP3 with this guy because he's going to use your incinerates anyway against you. So let's just go to SP3. I keep missing that dex for some reason. And we're going to fire it off. Now, once you fire off Dr. Doom's SP3, you really want to go into medium, light, and build to SP1 right away so you could fire it off and power drain the opponent even more. So we're going to go medium, and start getting the lights off. And then the game just pauses. Throws me completely off. I was able to still pull it off, but that is a glitch in the game. The game just paused in mid-play, and that really throws off your timing when you actually in a major fight like this. And that's not the first time it happened. It's been happening all evening, so it's a definite glitch in the game. And again, as you can see, there's a poison on me for some reason. I don't know why. I did not read the node. And Dr. Doom is dead from poison. So there must be something with poison on this node. So let's read the node so we don't do that again. And we have some poison immune champions, not a problem. But stupid me not realizing that yet. We went into the fight again with Nick Fury. I did not realize that that poison was happening until this reflection of the video. And now I see a poison on Nick Fury as well. 2 charges of poison on him that is just depleting him. So this node definitely has poison happening. And we are going to read it. I hope it's not the biohazard that is on Deadpool from Uncollected only. So maybe I'm thinking in my mind that Cavalier has that biohazard on all nodes. But let's just check. I didn't recognize it on the first fight. But let's see. And yep, Nick Fury is out and now of the decoy, and now he's into the real Nick Fury, which is going to put some damage on him anyway. But that poison is doing some damage, and we're going to definitely have to read that node. when we go to the next fight. So that took one champion out when I wasn't expecting it to come out at all. Dr. Doom is the champion I like using last in the fight anyway, and he's out. So let's just read this note and see why we were just instantly killed. And health, academic constitution, science attackers reduce the potency of defenders' poison effects by 85%. Additionally, whenever a science attack dodges an attack or performs a well-timed block, their poison, debuffs, and passives are removed. Science attackers gain an indefinite passive. Whenever the defender is struck or blocks an attack, there is a 20% chance to inflict a poison. There you go. Dealing 100% to the defender, blah, blah, blah. And then weak at the knees, the attacker is inflicted with a permanent passive weakness. So only science champions are immune to this stuff or could work past it. So I'm thinking Captain America right away. He has the class advantage. He has the petrify on him right now. And he's not getting affected by the poison, but it's restored. Poison restored. So guys, before you get into this gameplay, bring in Captain America or Thing or who is going to be great again at this. Human Torch. Bring in a science champion because he's purifying the poison quite a bit, at least twice. And then there's shock, there's poison, there's a whole bunch of stuff getting here, man. But Captain America seems to be purifying everything. So I would say one of the MVPs for this gameplay, I'm going to give you one of them right now, is going to be Captain America. Because for Cavalier, it seems to be not only biohazard, but it has all these extra nodes, and all of these champions seem to be needing a science champion to destroy the gameplay. Everyone else is going to be poisoned, bled to death, or shocked. So we got to play it smart. We got to make sure we dex right. Because this guy clips you with an SP2, you're pretty much done. On SP1, he can do a lot of damage to you. So be careful with Dr. Doom, but definitely bring in a science champion into the gameplay, or a couple of them. I would say bring in 2 or 3 science champion. Nick Fury is not going to be helpful in this gameplay right now for you anyway. Because Nick Fury is going to get that poison damage, and as you can see, it does a lot of damage to you. So Vex and Blight and all this crazy stuff again on this node. So you need a poison immune champ, and here we go. Captain Marvel is poison immune. She's not a science champion. She's poison immune though. So we might get away with this. I'm just testing her to see how she does against King Groot. We want to hold block and get those hits so we could build our charges. We want to bait out that SP2. We're not worried about it because she's poison immune. We want to parry that out. There you go. I'm going to fire that SP1. We're going to build to SP2 because we're close to 24 charges, so that we could fire that unblockable SP2. Alright, we're indestructible. We're going to fire the unblockable now. Stun. He recovers from the stun instantly, so we got a whole block. I was going to fire some heavies to build the charges up even more. So we want to stun him and do a heavy to build those charges back up. 16, 18, 19. Oh, I missed the third one. Too late. Again, the game freezes. Throws me off. Got off the SP1 anyway. I hit that SP1 as a panic mode because the game froze on me. And I was going to do a parry and then get to SP2 before I fired it off, but we're gonna have to rebuild those charges. Luckily, she's poison immune, and it doesn't. I don't think the node has anything to. Just a weakness on it, on you, constant weakness, a permanent weakness, I should say. But there's no bleeds involved, just poison. So you need poison immune champions or science champions, and you definitely do not want a robot like 2099. I mean, we rank up all of these champions for their immunities, and then they take it away, because if it's a robot on the final fight, it's going to be, instead of poison, shock. So now you got to bring in a shock champion. So second tip for you with this gameplay is, because of the final fight being shock immune as well, you need to bring in a champion that is poison immune, bleed immune, and shock immune, or definitely poison and shock immune. And there's only one champion I could think of that is both poison, bleed, and shock immune, and that is going to be in her diamond form, Emma Frost. So Emma Frost, in my mind, is going to be the absolute MVP of this gameplay this month, with again Nick Fury and someone like a science champ, and I'm thinking Captain America is going to do the best job at it. But again, leave comments below. Let me know who you used, what you think. You agree with the tip, you disagree with the tip. If you find the video helpful, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. I need subscribers, so every subscription helps the channel grow and helps us stay in business making the videos for everyone. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so we get follow-up emails and alerts on content that we bring out to the channel. So there you go. King Groot is in the ground, buried, and we're going on for the final couple fights here. And let's see, we're gonna go down, and we are going to go to 2 more champions, and then we're gonna go to the final fight. I totally forgot about Human Torch because that fight took so long with King Groot, with his regeneration crazy stuff. So Void might be a next fantastic champion to bring into the gameplay. I didn't even think about him. So the third tip, Void might be very, very good because he is a science champion. He deals with the regeneration really well, and reverse healing and power gains and all that crazy stuff. And there doesn't seem to be anything about bleed immunity here. So it's really power, it's really about poison, and it's all about shock on the final fight. Again, that's the poison. Just use them up to kill off Nick Fury, so we could get that extra 10% attack rating on all the existing champions, the rest of the champions. Now I'm going to bring back in Captain America against Human Torch. The block proficiency should be perfect on this one. Got clipped. Thought I was far back enough. I didn't even dex. But we're going to be back into the fight now. We're going to use that heavy. There we go. Armor break and petrify on him. Fire up that SP2. That stun is really working fast. We got to rush into that heavy. Bring those kinetic charges up. Did a nice intercept there. Hold block. Everything is glancing. Yeah, so definitely, as you can see, Captain America Infinity War is really, really good with these fights. Poison removed, as you can see. So that was one of the poisons landed there on the node, and he took care of it. Poison again and restored. So he's not getting affected by that. Any other champion would be going down if it was not a science champion. And there you go. So Void is definitely a champion we're going to bring into this gameplay. So I'm going to make a note of that for myself for the next gameplay. Void, Captain America. And just for the synergy, we're going to bring Nick Fury with Captain Marvel. And then one more champion, could be any champion that brings those guys synergy. And I'm thinking, since we have Void and all of those crazy guys in there, maybe Thing. Because he is a science champion and he can do some serious destruction. But look at this. Captain America is just totally wrecking Doctor Strange. I love the petrify of the champions. I walked right into that one. My mistake. Again, the game pauses. You see that? Throws me right off. I just fired off the SP2 to recover. This game, this is the third time on this video that this game has glitched and just paused in the middle of a fight, throwing your sequence and your timing all off. But finally, Captain America does the job and gets him in the bin. And we should have now 2 more fights and this video is going to be over. Hope you guys again enjoying the video, gameplay, and I hope you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, please do so now. And let's get into the final 2 fights. And that Deadpool is at 54,000 health. And I'm thinking even more now that Void is the guy to reverse his healing and all that stuff. The attacker is inflicted with a permanent weakness during the attacks rating by 50%. So everything is under 50%. That's why this that is why the Groot fight took so long, because Captain Marvel was hitting at 50% of her actual normal attack. I was wondering why that fight was taking so long, and now we know why. And again, don't be like me. Read the nodes before you actually do the fights. There you go. So tip number 3, read the friggin' nodes. Read the nodes. Read the info so you know who to bring in, and read all of the nodes, not just half of the nodes like I did. And then the final node is what got Guillotine 2099 absolutely useless in the gameplay. The game seems to be evolving constantly, and it's no matter who you rank up and prepared for something, it takes them out of the fight. So Guillotine 2099, as you can see, biohazard, but it's a nano plague that is affecting her when a robotic attacker would gain poison immunity. As you can see, a poison debuff, they instead gain a shock. That's the final node info, and that is what is going to bring her out of the gameplay. Supercharge every 15 seconds. That is the defender activates. And okay, here it is. Shock, which deals 85% of the defender's attack as damage, as direct damage over 5 seconds. Alright, let's take a look at the gameplay and bring her in and see how that actually affects her. Hopefully Captain Marvel has some charges already, so we're going to use that up. Hopefully we bring her to SP. Oh, it looks like we're going to be dead before we even get to fire up the indestructible. And that's it. So that's no good. And I don't know what happened there really. It's something else going on. That's the shock maybe, because she is poison immune. But don't go too crazy, because Captain America has the petrify to reverse that healing. He has the bleed. He has the power gain going right now. Game paused again. Again, another kabam glitch. And now we have a poison on us. And that poison did not fall off against this Deadpool. So what is going on there? So he was purifying the poison throughout the gameplay, and the final fight, the Deadpool fight, the poison actually killed off Cap. So there you go. As you can see, she's taking shock damage because she's immune to poison and bleed. But because she's immune to the poison, it's instead applying a shock to her. You're gonna fire it off and power drain him. And then there you go. 3 instant shocks on her, and she is in the bin in absolutely 0 seconds. So that's a bit crazy. Biohazard, supercharge every 15 seconds. I get a power gain. That's not a problem. When struck, 20% chance for bleed. Dealing attackers direct damage. Nano. So you need a bleed immune champion. You need a poison immune champion. And you need a shock immune champion. Diamond form Emma Frost, in my opinion, is going to actually wreck this Deadpool with absolutely no problem. And I have a 6-star unawakened rank 1, which should be able to do the damage with no problem. And we have her as 5 stars as well. But let me tell you, we don't have her now, so we have to do a revive and then just work this guy down to where we need to get him. She's at 23 charges. We should go indestructible now, and this should finish off the fight. And there you go. We're going to go to work on this Mr. Deadpool and finish him off with her. She's indestructible still. Fire up the SP1 before he fires off the SP3. Get him down as far as possible. We're not indestructible anymore. I think it just ran off the clock, which is just unfortunate. I should have pushed him to the SP3 and let him fire it off while we were indestructible, and that's it. But he is at 8%, and we're definitely going to be able to take him down now. So again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the tips. I hope you enjoyed winning and losing. And let's see. We're going to finish off this fight with Guillotine 2099, who should have no problem taking him down before that poison kicks in. And that's going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's just check a look at the rewards, which should be very little because this is only the first part on the quest. But that is it, guys. Cavalier and Uncollected, both done. Mass destruction. So next video up is going to be Want to Be Close, Cavalier, and again Uncollected. Don't forget to work less, play more, and enjoy life. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.